Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start off by making a DIY Dollar Tree Farmhouse napkin rings. I picked sunflowers. You can use toilet paper tubes or paper towel tubes, a glue gun, some scissors, and then whatever you want to cover them with. I've used jute or burlap or ribbon or leaves, you'll see. So the first thing we're going to do is going to decide what you want to make it out of. So the options are the inside tubes of these ribbon work really well, except they're really narrow. So I wanted mine to be a little fatter for the look that I was going for. So I just used a toilet paper tube. I do know that some of the wrapping paper from the Dollar Tree or some wrapping paper in general comes with like a thicker tube on the inside. So maybe that might be an option for you guys. But I'm just cutting it down and I'm showing you different ways to measure around to cut it. You can use an X-Acto knife or a box cutter. Even though you're flattening it a little bit, it does take its shape back. And I want to show you different sizes. So I'm actually going to show you 4 different methods, techniques. I love when I can't talk when I'm trying to do a voiceover. So with this technique, I'm going to cover it with jute. And what I've decided to do was to wrap the ribbon around the toilet paper tube. Wrap the jute around the toilet paper tube until it is completely covered left to right, and then double it so it covers on the inside as well. And now I'm rolling it into a ball like you would for yarn. It's just making it a little bit easier to get it in and out of the tube than to keep it on the jute roll. Okay, so what I've started here is I've started backwards. Oh yes, Jerry, no, you have to glue it on the inside. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just trim it up and glue it on the inside. There we go. So not only am I having trouble talking, but apparently I'm having trouble crafting. So once the glue on the inside is set, you're basically just going to weave it in and out. Even though the ball started to unroll on me, it was so much easier than to try to feed the whole jute, ream of jute in and out, or just even like if you left it in a big long string. So that went really fast, so I'm going to repeat myself again. So what I did was I wrapped the jute around the toilet paper tube left to right, and I covered it to know when I had enough area or coverage or length to cover the jute, and then I doubled it. And that's how I decided how much jute I was going to need for this particular project. And it is just as simple as it sounds. You're just going to go in and out and push it along the way and try to make it just one layer thick. I just wanted it to be one layer thick. So if you don't want to make it one layer thick and you want to use the entire bolt of jute going in and out of that toilet paper tube, you guys go ahead and have at it. I'm just showing you some tips and tricks to make it a little bit easier. Okay? Or what I found was a little bit easier. All right. And the other thing that I didn't show you in the beginning is I'm going to put a sunflower on each one of these just so that they will show you different ways that sunflower goes with the different ways we're going to wrap it. But you don't have to pick a flower. You could pick a pumpkin. You could pick just berries or leaves or nothing. You could just leave it plain if you want to. I also have, excuse me, made some napkin rings out of toilet paper tubes back in Valentine's Day. And I'll try to remember to link that video in the description box down below. But that was with burlap and diamond wrap, just to give like a little juxtaposition between, rustic and glam. All right, so keep going and wrapping, and this is a great project to do in front of the TV. Okay, I think we're going to skip to the end. And through the magic of YouTube, I've skipped to the end. So you can see it come really close to the measurement of the string. That's me getting at the end. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the inside, feed the string through, and pull it down against the glue. And I'm holding it up to show you that even though the shape, was all wonky before, you can always adjust it. And then this one, I have decided that I'm going to put a, like I said, I'm going to put one of the sunflowers on. And these sunflowers came from the Dollar Tree. They were bought in the beginning of the summer. Well, actually in the end of the spring. But you can find different sunflowers there now as well. And I was actually thinking about using the burlap sunflowers that they currently have, but I only had 2 colors, and I wanted to make 4 different ones. So with this one, I'm just taking 2 leaves off of the sunflower stem from the Dollar Tree. I pulled the piece of plastic off, and I've kept them connected, or it's actually 1 set of leaves, I should say, as you can see. I've cut the back off of the stem. You always cut the little bit of stem off, and make sure you glue it really well so that the flower doesn't come apart on you. And I've glued the leaves down and then the flower down, and then that's it. Set it off to the side and let it dry. So this next one, which is a little bit on the fatter side as well, I'm going to use the wire edged jute, which is the wire edged burlap. This is in the natural color. I've just glued it to the outside. I folded over the raw edge. That's going to be the finished edge. And then just glued one spot along the way and folded it over and then glued the end down. Just be careful because it's hot. And now with this one, I'm just tucking the ends under just so it looks finished, quote unquote finished, right? And you can do this. You can leave it hanging over. You can cut the tube as long as the ribbon. That's totally up to you. It's just a method to show you another way of it wrapped. And then I've taken these 2 pumpkin leaves from the Dollar Tree that were on a set of pumpkins. And I was going to just leave pumpkin leaves, but then I was like, you know what? I think, yeah, I'm going to show you different leaves with different flowers. So I've decided to pick the orange flower since they are pumpkin leaves. So I've cut the back off of this one, and again, extra glue. Make sure it holds really good. And then I wanted to show you too that I am squeezing the cardboard, like hugging the flower stem with the cardboard. But I'll show you that the last one. And so this one I decided, instead of wrapping it in jute or in burlap, I am going to wrap it in leaves. So I've taken these leaves that came off of this sunflower stem from the Dollar Tree, and I wasn't really crazy about the color. I think it's a little darker than I wanted, but you guys, this is just for the technique, okay? I've cut the leaves so that the ends are just look like leaves. And then I've started with a thin one, and I've done some glue, and I just want to show you that I'm gluing the end but not the top, because we're going to overlap them a little bit, and I want to tuck the last one underneath that overlap. So I'm just going to go around, a little glue on the leaf and a little glue on the cardboard, and then you'll see here I'm just tucking that underneath and gluing on top of it, so this way it's one continuous ring of leaves. And this is good for any holiday. You cover them with leaves. It's also good, you know, you can cover them with holly leaves at Christmas, or you can cover them with leaves at springtime. And then I've taken the yellow sunflower and glued it to that one. And then this last one, oop, it's not glued quite just yet. I think because it was the fabric I was gluing to, the leaves, like the silk fabric, I think it was coming loose. But this last one, I'm just going to cut some of this raw edge burlap, and I'm going to fray it even more. I know people aren't crazy about the shedding, but I think that the shedding really adds to the rustic look. So I've cut it down the middle and removed one string from each side of the middle. And then I'm double layering it so you don't get any of the white paper tube through it. Plus it's a little thicker, and plus this stuff's so cheap, it's fine. And I'm leaving the edge raw. I didn't tuck it under or anything. But we're going to put the flower there anyway. And I picked this dark orangey, red, brown, rusty color one to go in there. And there you go. You can see how I am pinching it so that the shape of the napkin ring isn't a perfect circle. It is hugging the back of the sunflower. Okay, so that's what the 4 of them look like. And I know this was a super easy tutorial. And this is a sneak peek in the next video that's coming out tomorrow to more of my Autumn Farmhouse table settings 2017. All from the Dollar Tree. So I hope you really like this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share with friends and family and anybody you know who'd be interested in making these or any of my other videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and click that little notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video. And as always, take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.